our graduation speaker for today's ceremony, please join me in welcoming one of our own, Keller Graduate School of Management alumni, Mr. Chuck Bolton. Chuck is the president of the Bolton Group, an executive assessment and coaching firm, and the founder of High Impact Boards, a board effectiveness consultancy headquartered here in Minneapolis. Chuck assists CEOs, senior leaders, top teams, boards of directors, and the companies they serve in gaining extraordinary results and achieving their aspirations so they can become their best and make a positive impact on the world. Chuck is the author of Leadership Wipeout, the story of an executive's crash, and Rescue and the Reinvented Leader, 5 Steps to Becoming Your Best, to be published this summer. Chuck received his MBA from Keller Graduate School of Management, where he was honored recently with the 40 for 40th Award in 2013 as a distinguished alum. Please join me in welcoming to the podium, Mr. Chuck Bolton.
Every day, when I was 8 years old, I played a game of catch with my dad. Every day. I was a happy 3rd grader, living in a small town of Kentucky with my mom and dad, Helen and Jack Bolton. Helen was a homemaker, the daughter of Swedish immigrants. She wanted to be a missionary when she was younger. She knew how to love and take care of people. My dad, Jack, was a manager of the factory. At 6'4", 250 pounds, he was so big and strong. In the eyes of an 8-year-old, he was like a mountain. My hero. And nothing I loved more than to have a game of catch with my dad every night when he got home from his job at the plant. When he walked through that door, here's what he'd hear. Daddy, can we play catch? 48, 49, 50. We caught 50 in a row, 50 in a row. Let's go to 100. Oh, come on, Dad, it's not too dark. Come on, just a little while longer. Oh, okay. But tomorrow, we're going to 100 tomorrow, right? You promise? And so it was, every day. That Sunday morning in late August will forever be burned in my brain. When I woke up that morning, the house was quiet. The FM radio that typically played was silent. I walked out to the kitchen, and there sat our neighbor, Mrs. Jessen. She was by herself, sitting at the table. I asked her, "Where's my mom and dad?" And she said to me, "Honey, your daddy wasn't feeling so well last night, and Mama took him to the hospital. He's getting checked out. I'm sure things will be just fine, and he'll be home soon." Oh, I hope he's okay. I was confused. A couple hours later, a car pulled up our driveway. I ran outside. It was Dad's car. Yay, Mom and Dad are home. I ran out to greet them, and I looked, and I saw that it was Mom driving Dad's car. She never drove Dad's car. She was alone. I stopped. I watched as she slowly got out of the car and walked up the sidewalk. I could see tears streaming down her face. And then she saw me and uttered those 2 haunting words. "Daddy died." What? What does die mean? No, he couldn't have died. He kissed me on the cheek last night before I went to bed. He was fine. We threw to 50 yesterday. He said we'd throw to 100 today. He promised. He can't be. What? What's a heart attack? No. Those nights, for months on end, I would wake up in the middle of the night, thinking it was all a bad dream. And I'd tiptoe down that creaky wood hallway floor and peek in my mom's room, thinking that I would see him lying there with her, and it all had been a bad dream. And there she was, alone. Dad was gone. I lost interest in school, in friends, in just about everything. The game of catch was over. Well, that winter, Mom took matters in her own hands. She started saving green stamps. You know, the stamps you get when you go to the grocery store, you buy food, they give you stamps. And she started saving those stamps and putting them in stamp books. When you got enough stamp books, you could take them to the store and you could get stuff. So it was a warm, sunny Saturday morning in Kentucky in March, early spring in Kentucky. And she said, get in the car, we're going to Louisville. We've got some errands to run. We went to Louisville to the S&H stamp store, and she walks in with her shoebox full of stamp books and puts them on the counter and says to the man behind the counter, sir, on page 34 of the catalog, there's a catcher's mitt. And I would like that mitt. He went to the back and brought out a catcher's mitt. I said to her, Mom, who's that mitt for? She said, that's for me. I'm going to catch you. You see, my dad, just like me, we're both left-handed. Mom was right-handed. She couldn't use Dad's old ratty first base's mitt. We got the mitt and went home. The game of catch was about to resume. Well, even with this nice new catcher's mitt, the reality was Mom wasn't that good at catch. She couldn't catch so well. She got hit by a lot of balls. And when she threw the ball, we were never quite sure where it was going to go. But what she lacked in physical skill, she more than made up for it in effort. She gave it her all. She gave it her best, always in good spirits. And she encouraged me to do the same. We use that game of catch to heal the holes in our hearts. We played catch a lot that year when I was 9, and when I was 10, and when I was 11. And just before my 12th birthday, she said that we needed to move to Chicago. Her parents, my grandparents, were aging and in failing health, and Mom needed to support us as a secretary. But she said that when we got to Chicago, I could play Little League baseball, and I could ride my bike to the park, and there would be plenty of boys to play catch with where the fields were. And she was right. We were able to take that catcher's mitt and that game of catch and retire it. It had served its purpose. You see, Mom got me over the hump. She got me playing organized baseball. Baseball gave me a sense of fun and accomplishment and camaraderie with my teammates. Pitching ultimately helped pay for my college education. I was blessed to play college ball, to have had outstanding coaches and professors, and a great 4 years of school. If it hadn't been for that game of catch with Mom, I never would have gone to college. If it hadn't been for that game of catch with Mom, I wouldn't have gotten my MBA at Keller. If it hadn't been for that game of catch with Mom, I wouldn't have had the career in the fast-growing medical device industry. If it hadn't been for that game of catch with Mom, I wouldn't have been able to coach CEOs, speak at Harvard Business School, coach a Nobel Prize winner, and write those books. If it wasn't for that game of catch with Mom, I couldn't coach leaders like you and executive teams to help you be your best. Let's talk about leadership for a second.